Welcome to Style Masterclass, the podcast that teaches women to look stylish and feel confident so that they can show up ready to conquer and slay no matter what size they are. I'm your host, Miss J. You ready? Hello, welcome back to Style Masterclass. This is a live recording of the podcast, which you can catch on YouTube if you are listening to the podcast version only. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. I'm Judith Gatan. I am a style coach, and I am, as always, super delighted to be here. Today's topic is really deep diving on something I mentioned in last week's episode. So this is all about style versus fashion. And in last week's episode, or sort of if you're listening to this at a later point in time, the episode I'm referring to is how to transition your wardrobe for fall. In this episode, I want to deep dive on something I lightly touched upon there, which is style versus fashion. Oftentimes, my clients come to me and they're overwhelmed by fashion. They see stuff on the runway. There are influencers they follow that are hawking stuff at them, even if the ads are a little subtle. There is messaging coming in from the socials, from magazines, from, TV. Even if you watch TV without commercials, guess what? The shows you are watching have things that are carefully curated and placed in them to sell you stuff. Then there's fashion show runway stuff. Then there's celebrities on the carpets. There's all kinds of fashion stuff coming at you. And here's what I want to say. Hell yeah, that could be overwhelming. I 100% get it. If I didn't know about what was going on or all the messaging I was receiving, I would be overwhelmed too. I would say things just like you all say to me. I don't know where to get started. I don't know what my style is. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to shop. Please help. So the reason I'm doing this episode is because sometimes it's good to just define our terms, to separate things out. As a lawyer, this is something we haggle over a lot. How are we defining something has meaning to how we apply it to our lives. So it's good to define what is meant by fashion. It is good to define what is meant by style so that we have practical application to our own lives. Because really, there's a Pinterest life that we would love to have, that we aspire to. And then there's our real life where we sweat, where we have chafe thighs, where our thighs rub through our pants because chub rub is a real thing. We have real life and real human bodies. So I love a great aspirational board on Pinterest. I am here for it. In fact, I create outfit boards for my clients. I love it. But here's the difference. When we talk about fashion, we're really talking about trends, things that are forecasted years in advance. We're talking about an industry. We're talking about business. Humans trying to sell you something by letting you know what they believe to be fashionable, on trend for a particular season. Now, if we know anything about fashion, this is subject to change at sort of the whim of those who are in charge. The vanguards of fashion, the people who run the big magazine conglomerates, the people who are in charge of selling you stuff at department stores, they're really into fashion, trends, forecasting, selling you stuff. Fashion is what's happening in the external world. Fashion is sort of what's happening in your Pinterest life, all the things that are being sold to you through Instagram and influencers. Fashion is not personal to you. It's happening outside of you. It's like we're watching something from inside a cafe looking out the window. And there's a parade of amazing outfits and not so amazing outfits going by. That's fashion. Style is personal. Style is individualized. Style is the thoughts and the feelings of the woman wearing the clothes. Style is your thoughts and feelings about yourself outwardly reflected. Style and feeling stylish is a feeling that you generate based on the thoughts you're thinking about yourself, about your clothes, about how you put your stuff together. In a very big picture way, Style is so much more than the clothes you wear. What I really want to get each of my clients to sort of ingrain and bring down to a very personal level is that style is personal. Style is all about how you are choosing to show up in the world based on what you are thinking and feeling about yourself. If we think about the think, feel, do model, or sometimes referred to as a think, feeling, action model, we have a thought which produces a feeling, and we take action based on how we're feeling. We have a thought about ourselves, which produces a feeling, and then we get dressed based on what we're thinking and feeling. We put together outfits, meaning a top, a bottom, an outer piece, an accessory, aka an outfit. We put together an outfit based on the thought and feeling we're having. Remember, we take action based on how we're feeling. Style is personal, meaning the thoughts and feelings of every woman is going to be completely different. The thoughts and feelings she's having, and therefore how she chooses to show up in the world, the outfits she chooses to put together, the clothing she chooses to purchase, the things she chooses to put on her body, that is personal and it's so individualized. Style is magnificently, amazingly personal. Why do I want you to know this? Why am I even going through the rigmarole of defining these two terms in such an in-depth way? If we use that cafe analogy, remember, fashion is that parade that's going by. Style is a dear friend sitting across from you, telling you and encouraging you and asking you questions about your life. How do you want to show up today? What do you want to create? What do you want to do? What are your dreams? How are you thinking? How are you feeling? Style is in on this amazing conversation that you're having with yourself. It's about your relationship with yourself. That friend sitting across from you is you. Fashion is that parade going by. Now, here's the beautiful thing. When you've had that amazing conversation with yourself about yourself, when you have that relationship with yourself, that rapport with yourself, where you're asking yourself at regular intervals, what do you want? What are your dreams? How are you thinking? How are you feeling? How do you want to show up in this world? What do you want to create? When that parade goes by, we can get to a place where we're so assured of our own sense of style that parade doesn't even matter. Or we can look at the parade and say, hey, that's kind of cute. I want to try that. Curious about how that would go with my existing style. I'm curious about what those like amazing fringe boots would do for me next season. Or, oh my gosh, look at that neoprene suit. Yeah, no. We have a sense of calm and assuredness in ourselves because we've had that conversation with ourselves first. We know ourselves so well because style is personal. If we think of it as like styles, how do I want to show up in the world? The noise around me doesn't matter. The only voice that matters is the one that's happening in my own head and in my own heart. I really want to define this for you. And the ultimate reason why is, yes, I love to style people, but at my heart, at my core, I'm a style coach. I am a master certified life coach, which means I have gone through all the training, y'all. It's like having a master's in coaching, if such a thing existed, right? I am a master certified coach. I am concerned with the heart and the mind of the woman wearing the clothes. I'd be doing you a disservice if I just slapped an outfit on you. That's not what I'm about, and that's not what I want you to be about. I believe confident women change the world because they show up to do the work in the world, and they show up from a place of their own choosing, which is so stylish. There's nothing more stylish than a woman who shows up fully owning who she is. There's nothing more stylish than a woman thinking and feeling for herself and taking action from that place. That's stylish. I want in on that. So I want you to take this next week as fall previews and, clothing advertisings are coming at you and you follow people on Instagram and you're looking at your Pinterest life. I want you to stop and visualize that cafe. What part is the parade going by that you kind of are curious about or that you're just happy to watch it go by. And then ask yourselves those same questions. How do I want to show up in the world? What do I want to create? What are my thoughts and feelings about myself? And how is that being outwardly reflected right now? Just look down at your outfit. What were the thoughts and feelings you had when you put that on today? Let's get back to basics around here. I love giving you style tips and tricks, but at its heart, I'm concerned with your heart. Style is the teaching tool. Ultimately, it's all about you. Style is personal. Fashion is happening out there. So your Glam Gal mission, should you choose to accept it, is bring it on home, sister. Ask yourself these questions deliberately. Spend time waiting for the answer to come. Love to hear what you come up with. Now, if you're kind of like, what is going on in the world? What is all this style fashion stuff? I want to hear more. I'm into it. Then join me for the Style Clarity Challenge. It's running August 30th through September 5th. And you can sign up and not miss a thing by going to judithgaton.com/style clarity. If you listen to this in the future and the challenge is over, never fear. Check out more of the podcast, Style Masterclass. As always, much love for you. Miss J out. Thank you for listening to today's episode. To learn more about how to work with me, go to judithgaton.com. Click on the Start Here button to get access to my free personal style class. I give you a quick style win, a confidence boost, and you walk away with the tools to start getting stylish. Who doesn't love that? See you there. Miss J out.